it's not really I don't know that'll take up all our time.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
That'll take up all our time.
Yeah, cool. Well, yeah,
But
again,
yeah,
yeah. Sorry, I was gonna say thank you for joining me, and especially so early in the morning. I really appreciate it.
cool.
All
Like I
right.
said, thank you for having me, man.
Nah, it's all good. It's my pleasure. So, all right. So the first thing I want to start off with, well, officially music-wise, is how did you get started with your music career? Was there anyone who inspired you as a kid, like any artist or family member or anyone in particular?
Oh, all right. Let me start. I actually started kind of doing this or wanting to dive into this seriously in college.
Yep.
Actually, college is when I met my partners, Ill Poetic and my cat Zone, another cat, Fatal Pros. But before then, I was kind of always into music, like and I was always into a lot of different types of music. Like if we're talking about inspirations, you know, I would give you Outcast and I'd give you Nine Inch Nails in the same breath. Like I would give you 80s music and then I'd give you soundtracks made by Hans Zimmer, like in the same breath.
Nice.
I was like, because those are the things that I kind of love the most. You know, when I was younger, pretty much yeah, I was always trying to look for different things. Like I know you know, like a lot of my homies and everybody else, you know, if we're talking about like beats or like hip hop or anything else like that, you know, they dig in the crates, you know, looking in the old soul records and the old funk records and everything else, which is dope. Like I love that. But me, I found myself in Barnes and Noble listening to like world music and classical and new age and all these different things. I think kind of always back then I had thought about I guess kind of crafting or at least beginning to craft like my own sound or my own thing. Um like I said, if I had my way, I know if I talked about the I guess like the perfect mashup for me personally, in terms of like song, and maybe this will give you a better idea of kind of like my influences. If you ask, who would you want on a song? I would tell you, I would most likely want production, production by Trent Reznor, mixed and mastered by Dr. Dre, featuring Andre 3000 and probably Amy Lee from Evanescence on the chorus.
Nice. I love it. Sounds perfect.
So,
You know,
so
you know,
yeah.
you know what's crazy? When I was going over my homework on your albums, as soon as I finished that, I put on some Miles Davis. You know, I love Miles Davis, and I
Yeah.
was listening to A Bitch's Brew, just in my
Oh
headphones
yeah.
playing some games. Love that guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So that's good because I can definitely tell.
That's
Yeah,
yeah. So hold on, can you hear me?
yeah, yeah,
Cool. I almost lost you for a sec.
yeah,
Almost lost you for a sec.
yeah. Well, I can definitely
But
tell that
but
there's so many different genres and styles in your music. I can definitely feel that.
yeah. Yeah, especially for the new one. Again, like talking about like at least influences or at least the previous records. Um the previous records, the first one that I came out with was Motion Sound Picture.
Yeah,
And Motion Sound Picture was a record that I kind of wanted to be kind of like real hip hop, a real representative of my time in Cincinnati, Ohio. And like I said, it was awesome, and I loved it. I was proud of it. Everything else. The thing that I did want to do, though, I was like, at least to just push myself creatively, was to figure out how to start moving all those influences together in my next projects. Because when I was in Cincinnati, I very much got into like the spoken word scene as well. So, I traveled, did a lot of poetry and everything else. And then me and my cats, we'd go over to this spot across the street from the university called Top Cats, and they had like all the battles and everything else. So again, it was just figuring out how to merge all that influence and all those things that I loved for me. I was like, and follow some blueprints. Like I had mentioned, like Outkast. The thing that I loved about Outkast was that every single one of their albums is like its own individual experience. Like the music, how they did their artistry, everything. And I just love that idea. I love that idea as an artist of being able to make different types of things that you love, and it kind of shows the diversity of you, like as a person and as an artist. And I had always loved that. So I always say, like, for the older cats, if Motion Sound Picture and Running Man was kind of like my Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music, this new record, High Definition, would be my AT-Aliens.
Love it, love it.
For the younger cats, yeah, I was like, for the younger cats, I was like, speaking of Kendrick Lamar, I was like, hey, if the Motion Sound Picture and Running Man is kind of like my Good Kid, Mad City, High Definition would be like my To Pimp a Butterfly. Just being able to kind of like I said, stress and push those efforts.
Yeah, well, which is quite ironic because on your latest album, the outro track is about butterflies.
Yeah, it's a I was like, if I could tell you about that, like it's a poem that I had wrote years ago. I'd yeah, like I had written that poem about maybe like 8 or so years ago.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a poem, at least when I traveled and I did spoken word and everything else, I kind of had come to be known for, at least around my region and everything else. I was like, so it was one of those things where it's like I had always wanted to record that, but I always want to do it justice to the best of my ability. So
yeah, so going back to your EP Motion Picture, I could definitely tell a difference between how traditional and yet how theatrical it sounded from the intro track. How it sounded like you're in a movie, like a trailer.
Yeah,
love that. It sounded like a combination of traditional and theatrics.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's what I learned from and that's what I learned from not just doing spoken word and everything else, but I am like a real big, like, how do I put it? Like, movie buff in terms of like theme songs and everything else. Bro, I will tell you, like, I remember theme songs and intros and cartoons like I am Quentin Tarantino talking about old 70s movies. And I was like, and the thing that I always wanted to do, like I said, it was like for for my albums was just to kind of create that experience. So it's like for each album or for each project, I always wanted everything to kind of fit together thematically. So if it's called Motion Sound Picture, you know, I want it to open up almost like that. Also, also as well, like for those who had bought the CD, like ironically, it's like there was a hidden bonus track, and that hidden bonus track was a trailer to this album, but it sounded like a movie trailer. But it sounded like a movie trailer. So I was like, so yeah, it's like thematically, it's like I had always wanted to kind of have it like tight and succinct, and that kind of becomes like this touchstone for that moment of music that I had.
Well, you know, it's really interesting because going back from your earlier work to your new one, High Definition, it sounded like I was so curious because it has this matrix technological feel to it, like a kind of a like a matrix world. And I was like, wow, this is a lot more electronic and technological than your other few albums. And I wanted to know, what was the inspiration
Yeah.
for the change?
Okay. Um, in all honesty, it wasn't necessarily a change. I would consider it more of a I guess you could say like a evolution, at least for me, like in this moment in time in my artistry. Um, I am a definite fan of like I said, it's like I was a fan of Nine Inch Nails. I was definitely a fan of industrial music. Um, I love, like I said, I love 80s music, and I guess I just found out that there's a oh snap, just came back. Can
That's
you hear
all.
me?
Yeah, Robert.
We blanked out for a second.
Nah.
Um, but like I was saying, I loved 80s music. Just found out that the type of music that I was kind of drawn to, there was a whole genre for it that I didn't even know before I did the album. And it was this genre called synthwave,
Yep.
where it was kind of like EDM based on 80s music, and I didn't know anything about that. And like I said, over the years, I ended up really just liking the different soundscapes of like dubstep and everything else. While I'm still, like I said, while I'm still working in the hip hop realm, like while I'm still there, and like I said before, this the scores of different movie scores. Like I always mention Hans Zimmer, so it's like because he's like one of my favorites. So when you think like the scores of the musical aspects of like The Dark Knight or Gladiator or any of those type of movies, The Last Samurai, it's like I just loved the emotional aspect of those things. So for me, it was literally one of those moments where I was like, all right, I want to try and make something that literally comes maybe the closest to represents all the facets of the things that I like. You know, I was like, and try and do it in a way that fits, I guess that fits me, fits the moments that we're living in. I was like,
Well,
yeah.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say on the song "Don't Fall No Fear," I hear a real big EDM influence. Like the beat sounds like a
Yeah.
rave or a party or something. It's really infectious.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and that's the crazy thing about it, because me and my dude Il Po, like it wasn't just that just the inspiration of like the EDM, it's like there's also the 80s aspect, because like I said, since I love the 80s, one of the things that we redid and rebuilt up was from if you know the movie Lost Boys.
I've heard of it. Yep.
The movie Lost Boys, yeah, the title track. I think it's a Cry Little Sister. Like love it. It's awesome. And like I said, it's like yeah, we went and sought to like kind of combine those different things.
Yeah. So about one last thing about your new album. Did you always have it in mind to have that poem that you read about butterflies as the outro, or did that just come along as you're finalizing the album?
I had always wanted it to come at the end. Because the way I kind of built the way I kind of built the story of this album, I kind of wanted this album to kind of start off with interesting concepts about, you know, my person or myself or the self, and then that kind of moves out to like more societal things, societal issues, and then it kind of reaches this like chaotic climax. And then at the end, I wanted it to come back to what really mattered. And that's why I kind of want to Chasing Butterflies to kind of be the end, because it's like after all that chaos, after all the stuff either about self or society and all the either like built up emotions, whether it be anger or defiance or rage or curiosity or whatever, at the end of the day, the thing that represents the most is something very simple. It's something very simple. Ironically, at least for this album, it was a butterfly. And ironically, it's just about chasing your dreams and being the best you, even when you fall, even when you trip up, man. That's what's most important.
Yeah, no, I love that. I definitely love the outro. And all right, so now that we got that out of the way, is there anything you want to shout out or promote for your label or yourself, upcoming work? Anything you want to tell us?
Oh yeah, still got work in the still got work coming for you guys. I was like, cause always trying to get stay in the studio or at least stay fresh or keep doing different concepts and everything else. But yeah, I was like, I definitely want to push the album High Definition. It is on all streaming platforms. You will be getting some full length videos and everything soon. I would also like to say, in the meantime, um, like I said, physical CDs will be coming. You can download the album. In the meantime, I do have t-shirts, merch, and all that. See if you can see it. We have this I am not a brand to me commodified shirt. We have this version, and hold on. I have this version. And the cool thing about the shirt is that anyone who buys the shirt, that QR code actually works. I was like, so if you scan your shirt, you basically have access to pretty much all of my content from here forward. I also want to give a shout out to my road dog, my brother, my partner that I've been knowing forever. He's my main producer. Like I said, help me out, my dude, Ill Poetic. I want to give a shout out to him and his music. He has an album that he released last year called An Idiot's Guide to Anarchy. It's amazing. Check that out. He also does graphic design and sound editing with his company Sound Reason. I want to give a shout out to, like I said, my manager, Mishan Harper over at Voice of Reason. Definitely want to give a shout out to my dude, Ryan. He had a blog called Donuts and Milk that was big for a minute, like I said, and he's a part of the crew. And I just want to give a shout out to pretty much everybody that kind of listens to my work, man. Like, I appreciate every ear, and it's a beautiful thing. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and I genuinely appreciate it.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
Also,
Yeah.
I was going to say, for you guys, if you want to just check out all of our stuff, you could find us at www.definitionmusic.net. Like I said, and you'll be able to see everything that we've done. You know, the different groups we've worked with, from this musician Evan, Evan. Like, we've worked with like I said, kind of like experimental and industrial artists as well. Like I said, my dude Ason Intrigue. Like, it's we're an eclectic collective.
Love it. All right. Thank you again for your time. I really appreciate it so early for you, and I always love when I can get people to help share their opinions and their experiences of their music. And yeah, really helps.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Like I said, I appreciate it, bro. Like, I appreciate it. A couple of things,
yep,
if I may add, and then I forgot to say, if you want to purchase any of this stuff, you can go to my Bandcamp at www.hunterprey.bandcamp.com. And also see if we can get you one. I might need that address.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely send you it. And just to end things off, because we started it with this, I want to know, out of curiosity, what do you think is the best Outkast album?
Oh my God.
On the spot, right?
Oh my God. Okay. So I can tell you right now the ones that I gravitate to the most. It's literally neck and neck for me between ATLiens and Aquemini. Like, it's literally neck and neck for me. Now, as far as like, yeah, those two, it's like I love all of them, but I think those two kind of hit me a certain way in terms of like the music, in terms of like the songs, I was like the intros, the outros, like the whole gamut. I was like, now, as far as like songs, well, I'll tell you this. I got a chance to see them live, like one of their last shows in Toronto. It was at Drake's OVO Fest one year. And even though I love those albums, no song starts a concert better than Bombs Over Baghdad.
Yep.
Bombs Over Baghdad destroys everything. So.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to agree. We'll have to agree with you there. Although I do really love, technically, Andre 3000's solo album, the last disc of their collaboration album they did. You know the one, Love's Below, Andre 3000's. That one's really sweet.
Hold on. You said you love what now? You just came back.
Yeah, so I love Andre 3000's second disc, The Love Below, I think it was called. The one where he did just all himself.
Oh, The Love Below?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like that one, in all honesty, is like, and the thing that I love about them is that one was very, very, it was very inspirational. I truly feel for a lot of artists over here. You know, I was like, because I was like, especially being from Atlanta, I was like, there were a lot of artists that came after that who really started to incorporate the idea of just singing on a record. Like they're like themselves singing on a record. I was like, and yeah, man. I was like, I can't disagree with you.
Yeah.
I cannot disagree with you, man.
Yeah. I just thought it'd be a good question to finish the thing off. And yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Oh man, thank you. I was like, thank you everybody, to anybody that's watching out there. Um Definitely keep up with this man.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely keep up with this man.
Yeah, I'm trying my best, trying every day to push it forward, push it forward.
Thank you so much, man.
That's all good. All right. Have a good morning to you. See you later.
All right, and you have a good evening, man.
See you later. Enjoy your morning.
All right.